The divorce papers trembled in Myra Halstead's bruised hands as the sunlight streamed through the hospital window, too bright for a moment that felt so dark it could swallow her whole. Her husband's pen scratched across the page without hesitation, his jaw tight, his eyes cold, as if the years they had spent together were nothing more than a bad investment he was finally cutting loose. Myra sat there in her hospital bed, bandage wrapped around her forehead, her heart breaking in silence, unaware that the quiet man standing near the door, her father, was about to turn her world upside down in ways no one in that room could imagine. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and hidden truths that change lives, please take a moment right now to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel Kindness Flow. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them most. Myra had always lived simply. She worked long days as a product coordinator at a mid-sized tech firm, never complained, never asked for more. Her marriage to Adrian Cole had once been filled with promises and laughter, but success had hardened him. As his career rose, his patience fell. When a late-night accident left Myra injured and temporarily unable to work, Adrian's love collapsed under the weight of inconvenience. He stood in that hospital room not as a husband, but as a man desperate to escape responsibility. He accused her of becoming a burden, of holding him back, and now, with a lawyer's envelope in hand, he wanted out, immediately. Myra felt humiliation burn through her veins as Adrian thrust the papers toward her, urging her to sign so he could move on. She felt small, powerless, and disposable. The room smelled of antiseptic and quiet cruelty. The only person who hadn't said a word was her father, Elias Rowan, a reserved man with silver hair and calm eyes. To Myra, he was just her father, a widower who lived modestly, drove an old car, and never spoke about his work. She had no idea he owned half the skyline of the city, or that the company Adrian worked for no longer belonged to the people Adrian thought it did. As Adrian signed his name with finality, relief washed over his face. He smiled faintly, already imagining his future free of dead weight. That was when Elias took a slow step forward, his presence suddenly commanding. He calmly asked Adrian if he was sure about his decision, reminding him that choices made in moments of arrogance often echo forever. Adrian scoffed, dismissing the old man as irrelevant. He had no clue that just 48 hours earlier, Elias had finalized the acquisition of Adrian's company through a private holding group, becoming its sole owner without a single headline. The air shifted as Elias made a quiet phone call, his voice steady, his words precise. Within minutes, Adrian's phone buzzed, his confident expression drained of color as he read the notification. The company email stated there had been an immediate change in ownership and executive leadership. His role was under review, effective immediately. Panic flickered in his eyes, but his pride forced a laugh. He looked up, confused, only to see Elias watching him with a sadness deeper than anger. Elias spoke softly, explaining that wealth had never interested him as much as protecting his daughter's dignity. He revealed the truth, not with arrogance but with calm honesty. Adrian's company, his power, his sense of superiority, now rested in the hands of the man he had just disrespected. Adrian tried to speak, to apologize, to backtrack, but it was too late. The divorce papers were already signed. He had chosen to walk away when Myra was at her weakest, and that choice would define him forever. Myra sat in stunned silence, tears streaming down her face, not from revenge but from relief. For the first time in years, she felt seen, valued, and protected. Her father didn't celebrate or gloat. He simply took her hand and told her that true wealth was knowing when to walk away from people who could not love you at your lowest. Adrian left that room smaller than when he entered, stripped not just of a marriage, but of the illusion that success excused cruelty. Before we reach the ending, please comment below and share what this story made you feel. Your words matter more than you know. As the afternoon sun dipped lower, Myra felt something new bloom inside her, hope. She didn't need revenge or riches to heal. She needed truth, love, and the courage to start again. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that kindness and dignity always outshine betrayal, please like, share, and engage with this video. Your support keeps stories of quiet strength and second chances alive.